This could be it. For the first time in 35 years, and only the second time in their history, Canada could qualify for the World Cup. But how have they found themselves undefeated after 8 games and top of the CONCACAF standings? The second goal by Kyle Larin against Mexico was a turning point for Canada soccer. They're no longer hoping to be mentioned alongside the US and Mexico, but looking to dominate CONCACAF. The signs were clearly visible in the 2019 Gold Cup, but their defensive solidity has emerged as one of their strengths, and the mentality shift in the squad is clearly evident. In previous years, the national team was mixed with players at professional setups and other players looking for clubs to sign with, lacking match fitness and looking to enjoy an all-inclusive holiday. Now the team is littered with players playing in top European leagues, with regular starters and teams playing at higher levels than ever before. This switch in the team's mindset and their current belief in their ability was in place by the men before him, but John Herdman has been able to turn this potential into a team that is delivering consistently. The Gold Cup in 2019 saw Canada flourish in their fast, counter-attacking style of play. Attack-minded, the team looked to take a step up from Herdman, scoring 12 goals in 3 games as they finished second in their group standings. But their loss to Mexico in the group stage and subsequent loss to Haiti in the quarterfinals brought to light their defensive instability. This was a young team finding their way, but the foundations were clearly visible. Later that year, Canada beat the USA for the first time in 34 years, bringing an end to the constant, consistent, and relentless domination by the Stars and Stripes that dated back to April 1985. 1985! None of the players that started in that historic game versus the US were even conceived when it took place. This team and fans have grown up in the shadow of the US. Beating them in 2019 showed the progress of the squad, providing belief to the team and fans ahead of the 2022 World Cup qualifying campaign. Gone are the years of devastating losses, qualifying disappointment, and a no-loss attitude towards games. Herdman's new Canada have progressed to an offensive mindset while solidifying their defensive line. This physical, defensive core have not been hailed as the greatest modern ball-playing defense in recent memory, but they have been able to hold the opposition team in difficult moments and keep the joint best defensive record in all of qualifying, only conceding 5 goals in their first 8 games. Credit to Herdman in this aspect, as they have dramatically turned their defensive fortunes in short camps during international breaks. The emphatic offensive displays, however, are what are catching the eyes and giving Canada the buzz around this football team. They have scored 13 goals so far in qualifying, more than every other nation. Sitting atop of the qualification table is a great achievement, and considering that Canada were previously not ranked in the top 6 teams in CONCACAF, and were one of 3 teams that had to qualify for this round of qualification, makes it all the merrier. When Herdman took over in January of 2018, they were ranked 78th in the FIFA standings. Now they sit in 40th, matching their highest ever ranking. A power shift is happening in Canada. The latest TV ratings from that white evening in Edmonton showed how the people of Canada are beginning to believe in this team and take a keen interest in the sport. A training ground visit from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau also shifted a change from previous photo-op visits to a real thanks for inspiring the entire country. And the swift ushering of the Prime Minister away from the pitch so Herdman could continue the session was a testament to where the team are at. The huddle in the centre of the pitch and their loud chant of brothers in unison demonstrated this unity within the squad. Topping the ratings and a more genuine visit from the Prime Minister was one thing, but the team is starting to get real attention from big global names. With Drake getting in touch with the team to meet after their 4-1 win over Panama, there was a real childlike response in the dressing room. As news filtered from Herdman to Davies about Drake wanting to meet with the national team squad, it was evident that the team were not used to gaining attention from huge personalities, showing the infancy of their success and the projection it is taking them on. Their real trajectory revealed itself after Kyle Larin had passed Ochoa in Edmonton, making him the joint top scorer in Canadian national team history. Beating out a team of Mexico's caliber showcased the talent, grit, and positive mental space the team find themselves in at the moment. Confident attacking displays and showing their defensive development in added time to keep Mexico out as they piled on the pressure, this squad is no longer happy to sit back and hold for a draw. The defeat of the Mexicans at the hand of the Canadians was so drastic that Mexico had to rebrand and change their badge. Leaps and bounds over where the team was just under 5 years ago. The win against Mexico was a statement win which could be seen as the before and after moment for Canada, but only if they go on to qualify for Qatar. Key decisions have been made by Herdman. His choices on the starting 11 have all been hits. His decision to rotate in players that are in form has demonstrated the squad's strength in depth. Decisions to start Larin versus Mexico ahead of high-flying Jonathan David paid off immediately. John Herdman is the catalyst of this team, and due to the club level his players are now playing at, he has been able to implement tactical shifts in formation in and between games. This flexible and fluid squad have shifted from a 4-3-3 to a 3-5-2 and then even a 4-2-4 quickly in attack. Players are now able to understand multiple setups, and they have rewarded their coaches with brilliant displays of football alongside top-notch results. His blend of youth, experienced players and star power have proved excellent so far, but he is not yet satisfied and believes the team can still improve. If Jonathan David is able to find his club form for Canada, the team will benefit significantly. David has been accused of not turning up for Canada and only scoring in blowout wins. In fact, 16 of his 17 goals for Canada have come in games where his team has scored multiple goals. David currently leads Ligue 1 goal scoring with 10 goals in 15 games for Lille. Herdman is hoping that he can keep it simple for the national team and come good for them in the upcoming fixtures in the new year. Atiba Hutchinson made his debut for Canada in 2003 and has been as prominent as any national team player around the world since. With his start versus Mexico in November, he surpassed Julian de Guzman as Canada's all-time appearance leading player with 90 outings for the Reds. With his supposed retirement after the 2019 Gold Cup being swiftly forgotten about as he was recalled to the 2022 qualifying setup, maybe it was the case that Atiba, aged 38, is now finally, after 19 years of playing for Canada, at least a bit hopeful of the team he finds himself in. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar would be the perfect send-off for the evergreen Canadian captain, as he tastes his first major tournament right at the end of his international career. As Atiba moves on, the young players are really coming into their own. Alistair Johnston has been excellent in his own regard. Physical, determined and ambitious, he keeps the core of the squad sturdy and allows for the offensive players to express themselves. Tajon Buchanan has been an explosive player, complementing the play of others, scoring and creating chances at 22. He will be influential in the upcoming games in 2022. And of course, the main man has yet to be mentioned. Alphonso Davies has been a phenomenon since his record-shattering move to Bayern Munich. His performances in the Bundesliga and his influence on the Bayern Munich squad in their run to the 2020 Champions League was nothing but astonishing. He has garnished a real reputation among football fans around the world as an explosive, attack-minding left wing-back with a successful Bayern team, and his club success is following him into the national team. Davies is clearly the best player in the Canadian squad at only 21 years old. Not just that, but he is the best player in all of CONCACAF. Playing his football at an elite level can only breed positives for his own and his country's progression. His position in the national team allows him to adopt a free-roaming role, dragging opposition defenders from one side of the pitch to the other. His attacking power allows Canada to drive up the pitch, and his unrivaled pace allows him to recover well defensively. His career has already been world-class, and he's only set to get better as the years roll on. There is no doubt that he will lead his country to a wealth of fortune in the coming years. The hope is there. Fans and players alike believe in their chances, and the national team continue to make their own luck in qualifiers. With 6 games left, Canada are not just looking for qualification to the World Cup, they are going for spot number 1, nothing else. A crucial game at home to the US will certainly decide their fate, but 4 games away from home will also be challenging, no matter the opposition they face. With 3 automatic qualification spaces available and a further playoff position up for grabs, Canada are in a favourable position that they are looking to maintain. With high expectations of 2022 within the next 12 months, it is also hard to ignore the fact that the 2026 World Cup will be hosted on Canadian soil. A home World Cup following a successful 2022, it is as an exciting time in Canadian soccer as it might ever be. If you enjoyed this story about this close qualifying race, check out this video of the closest ever Ballon d'Or race.